Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be explaining and building the Minecraft storage system. So this is basically the generic storage system that you're gonna want to use if you want to sort your items out. This is how you do it. This is how most people do it. If you ever watch a YouTuber build one, this is usually what they're building. And today I just thought I'd try and run it through to see if you can. Maybe if you don't know how they work, I'll show you how they all work and then show you how to build one at the end. Don't worry, there will be a timestamp in the description for skipping when I'm building it. You know, if you're just here to learn how to build one, that's fine. Yeah, we'll run through that and hopefully there should be a timestamp in the description which you can just click on and it will bring you to where I'm building it. So just to show you how these things work, okay? Basically, you start with an input chest, okay? These items flow right the way across to the end here, okay? And as they fall through, they will get picked up by the hoppers beneath them if the hoppers beneath them have the block that they require in, okay? Now, in each hopper, you're going to want one of the item that you want to sort, and then you want these things called place fillers, okay? Now, these place fillers will literally just stop any other item that's not the item that you want getting sorted in that sort of column. Okay, this will be the same into everyone, and if I just grab some dirt, some cobblestone, if I just launch all this in here like that, what I'll do is it'll sort through and it won't make it to here, but you should really see it just flicking through here, even though you can't. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's that quick. But obviously you can see it coming out of this chest, and then this number alternating here. And basically what happens is when 42 blocks get picked up here, this sort of line here extends to 3. Okay, I'm not quite sure why that one's... Oh, because it's gone to stone now, sorry. Right, okay. So now the stone's going, and this third one here is starting to light up. As you can see, every time this number hits 42, this will light up, which will then turn this repeater on down here, which will then turn this torch off, even though we're going on to cobblestone now. So it'll turn this torch off while that repeater is on, which will then unpower this block above us, and that will then which will then sort of let all the blocks out of that hopper come through. But obviously it will then lock up before that number gets back to sort of 41, if you know what I mean. So then it sort of stops it. Then here, what if you sort of want to store something that maybe you don't have 41 of? So in a diamond situation, okay, you probably won't even have 41 diamonds to put into your storage system. But yet, when you're emptying your inventory into your storage system, you still sort of want your diamonds to be filtered. So what you do is instead you put 41 of your place fillers in, okay? And then when you sort of put your diamonds in, it'll run across all these hoppers and find out that the one beneath it has got diamonds in, and it will work exactly the same. It will power this third redstone dust, it'll power this repeater, which will then unpower this torch, unpowering the block above it, allowing the diamonds to flow through this one here. Now you might be thinking, what the hell is this column to do then? Basically, at the end of all your storage systems, you'll always need sort of a miscellaneous column. Okay. So this is basically any items that haven't been filtered. So you can either set it up like I have here, where look, if I put this in here, it won't get sorted by any of these. Okay, and it will go straight into this column here, where it will then just flow in. So you can set it up like this, where you have it at the same sort of place as the rest of them, or what you can do is set an external chest up like this, and what will happen then is hopefully there's still some concrete flowing through the system, and they will basically end up on a little... Well, it won't now because this one's flowing here, but yeah, the concept works that you can either have it built in with the rest, or have it to go into some external one. No, the stack's already reached it now, but yeah, that is how they work. So then let's try and answer some common questions. Yes, you do need this many hoppers. This is literally the smallest you can make it with hoppers only. Okay, we'll get onto this design later. And why do you need these space fillers, right? If you decided to just put light blue concrete in, for say, right, like that, if you then decide to put light blue concrete into your system by accident, all of a sudden you're now breaking the entire system, because then this will now get a reading higher than 3, which will mean that it's going to start completely like destroying the system, because it's going to start unloading other chests, and like this is literally the last thing that we want. So I also need to grab this 19 back so I can throw it back into. Oh my goodness, that's not even enough. I don't know where half me half that's gone. Is that enough? No, it's not. But yeah, so that's what that does. Another thing is as well, if you want to have your chests so that when you take items out the bottom chest, it automatically sort of starts to refill. What you'd have to do is change your chest format to something along the lines of that. That really doesn't matter, but that's just if that's your personal preference, because basically when you take items out of that bottom chest, they will stay missing until a new load of items comes through your storage system. Obviously they'll stay in the top. So again, that's just all that's just personal preference. Moving on to the second design here, this is just another design you can have. So now having this top line of hoppers, what you'll have is a water stream. Now this is usually advisory for like if you're gonna have a lot of farms, maybe. You can just have them all put into this water stream with like a dropper, and they will flow onto here and get picked up by all the hoppers in exactly the same manner. Okay, now you might wonder what these blocks are here. Okay, so these two blocks here, both are a pixel off. Now the honey block might not look like it is, but this transparent bit that goes around the edge is actually sort of that doesn't actually count as a block. It's the same with this chest here. There's actually a pixel around the entire edge where the block does not stand. So when you chuck a block into here like that, they will get caught on these block faces, and yeah, but the only issue is I just chucked a stack in then, and that's the issue with this, is it isn't made to have like a stack put in. It's like, especially when you're unloading it out of a dropper or a farm, it's going to come out at a rate like this anyway, and then it will get picked up by these. But as you can see, what happens is they get smashed against this block here, and then they're practically underneath the slab then. Obviously you do need a slab, you can't have a full block here, just because the obviously items need to go underneath and get picked up. Okay, it's just that sort of simple. Yeah, because if you had these as full blocks, what would happen is your items that you want, right, let me grab some more stone or something, would literally just hit this wall. And I mean, yes, they are actually running in, but the odds of them running in are slimmer. And so that's why I definitely advise just putting these blocks in. That's either a chest or a honey block. I need to put that chest back in. But yeah, you can either have 2 honey blocks, 2 chests, whatever you prefer. If you've got honey at hand, then you can use honey. Chests are just cheaper and they work, and obviously you're already putting them in, but maybe you don't have the wood, but you have the honey. I don't know. That's just scenario, but these are just blocks that work to have in your water stream storage system. Okay. Again, all this is exactly the same. So now we're going to look at the blocks that you require to actually build it. Okay, so if you skipped to here, hello and welcome. So these are the blocks that you do require. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some chests. Okay, you're going to need some hoppers, construction blocks. I'm just going to be using light blue concrete for this. That is you don't need to use that. You can use sandstone, dirt, stone, cobblestone, whatever you need. You can use whatever you want for your construction block. You're going to need some comparators, some redstone repeaters, some torches, some dirt, or some, well, actually, sorry, this is your space filler. This can be named literally anything, okay? However, it does really need to be named something, because if you like sort of lob the item that you're using that's not being renamed into the system, it will start to break your system. I explained that sort of earlier in the video. You need to make sure that you rename your blocks with an anvil, okay? Then you go, and then if you want to build the water system, you're going to again need some construction blocks. I forgot to mention, but you're going to need some slabs for to put them here, and obviously water. Okay, everything else like such as hoppers, soul sand, whatever, droppers, soul sand, all that. That's down to you. That's just all that. Okay, so now we're going to move over to this square over here. And we're going to start by placing our chests in like this. Okay, so this build is buildable, I believe, for Java and Bedrock. I'm currently in 1.16. What's he doing here? Yeah, this is built for 1.16. But I believe it will be working for earlier versions. And for as long as comparators are in this game, I believe this has been possible. So really don't worry if you're in an earlier version than 1.16 for whatever reason. It really will not matter. Okay. Moving on. Yeah. You're just going to place your get your chests in some form of system like this. This is obviously just a generic system. You can go higher if you want. Obviously, you just need to make sure that instead of having the hoppers facing down or whatever, like I have here, you just need to make sure that they're flowing into it. But that's fine. You can do that as high as you want them to be. Then what you need to put is some more hoppers. Usually, the done thing would be to have your hoppers facing into the comparators. I don't believe that this is necessary, but because all it means is the hoppers are looking for this direction before they go down. That's all that the direction of the hopper means. Okay, so then what we're doing here is just placing all of these blocks in. You can either do it layer by layer. It doesn't really matter how this is constructed, but as long as it's something along these lines, okay? So you need to make sure you've got a sort of 3 by however deep you're going thing here. You need to make sure it's 3 blocks because you need to have a comparator and then redstone dust on the roof of all of this here. Okay, then under here you need to make sure that there are redstone torches sort of powering that block underneath the comparators, and it needs to be on sort of behind the second loads of chests or the first loads of chests, depending on how big you're making it. These would be the first row of chests, and it'd always be the first row of chests when you're building this system. Then you need to make sure that all your repeaters are here. They can just be 0 tick. That's fine. Like, just leave it as like that, and nothing will break. I'm not quite sure if anything breaks if you do set it for longer. It probably will, and let more things through. So just make sure that when you stand here, all the pins are in the same place on the repeaters, like so. So then once you've finished this, now your system is more or less ready. Okay, all you need to do is make sure that you get your space fillers, okay, and you're going to need to make sure you put 4 in every hopper, okay. Now again, if you want for some reason to have like diamonds or emeralds or netherite, you might want to put like 40 in like that, okay, and that way when you put like your diamonds in, you will only need one like that. And as you can see, any more items will then power this third one. Something I like to do when I'm doing all this is when I get like my stone or my dirt, is you can literally just launch it in there like that, because it will then just start to filter through all the way down to 41 and leave them spare blocks just in the chest down here. That's fine, as long as there are 41 blocks in, that's fine. Even if you put one block in for now, okay, that's fine, because then when the rest of your blocks come flowing in, they'll top that up. Or just the one thing you cannot do is leave one of these empty while you're building it, because otherwise they'll all start flowing into here, and then you might just get like a name tag or something, and you'll never wonder why that thing's not working. That's just how it works. We can put some light blue concrete in here, I guess. And then obviously, as I said, this bottom column doesn't need redstone. Either that, or again, you have an external chest like I set up on this first one over here, like this. You can either have it set up like that, or have it set up where it's just the same format but without the redstone. Then you can either have a hopper line where you need to make sure that it's all running in this direction like that, okay, and then, oh crikey, I hate doing this, but there we go, like that, and then that is where you will place your top chest. I can't do this, right, there we go. And then when you launch your blocks in here, they'll be taken across all the way across this row until it falls into a system below. I'll just put some blue concrete in, and that is starting to fall through into that chests now, like that. So now I also need to demonstrate how to build this, okay? Now this is very simple. All you have to do is remove that top layer like that, and you need to get some slabs out, which again I forgot to add onto that list, and just simply put them across the top of these hoppers like so, okay, like that. Then you just need to make sure that you have a little thing for the water to run along here, and there we go. Personally, I'm using glass just so I can see my blocks sort of run in or whatever. That's just how I like to see it, I guess. But that's it, and then I can simply just loop all this round, and then here you might want to hook it up to your hoppervator or whatever you've got to do. And you might have a droppervator coming up, you might have soul sand, block elevator, or if any other things have been added later into the game, then you might want to use that. Then simply do that. Then an issue that you might come across is having this happen, where your sort of blocks or your water has run out. Okay, so the best way to do this is to get some ice. I don't know if you can get it. Ice is a thing that you can only get with Silk Touch, so it's just a dependent thing if you can get it or not. But I would advise getting compressed ice. I think it's craftable by putting 4 ice blocks, or it might just be mineable. The only issue is if you use normal ice, then you have got that risk of it melting and then running water throughout your entire redstone system. And then it's simply just put the water back down on this side, and there we go. The blocks will simply just run straight under that slab and will continue going. I think that system might still work with a sign as well, but the new system with like that, I believe you can do it like that as well. And I also believe you can just do it like this, but the odds of maybe the blocks not travelling across it could just be a little slimmer, do you know what I mean? So, then that's like that. Oh, it's fine, none of my redstone's on ground level there, but I just need to test or show you at least, that the blocks can run under like this, but they just commonly, yeah, if you just want the most efficient system, let's get like put some ice in it. See, it actually, that got picked up by that, didn't it? Right, we need to, let's put some space fillers in a minute, just while we test this out. Right, there we go. See, so look, that did run past then, with the sign and no ice. So again, it's all just dependent on how efficient you want it. If you can't afford to get ice, don't put it in. But if you can't afford ice, I would advise putting it in just to make it more efficient. Or if you're building it in creative or whatever, I'd advise just putting some compressed ice in, just to make it a lot easier. But yeah, guys, this is the entire thing now. Oh goodness me, I forgot to put me chests in here, didn't I? So yeah, that's something you also can't really forget, and that is to put your chests in there like that. Flipping, it's good I don't have any ground level redstone, don't I've flooded it that many times. So yeah, again, that is just to make sure that these blocks get straight under these slabs and don't run in front of it or on this edge, because sometimes it'll run along this glass water stream here and it won't even go in the hoppers, and that's just a whole mess then when you get in blocks in your miscellaneous chests here that you just, you know, that should be getting sorted. That's just a whole pain, that. Or in fact, they might just be doing circles in your storage system. But yeah, guys, hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this video on how to build a storage system in Minecraft, and maybe if you came not understanding how these things worked, hopefully you have learned now at least. But yeah, guys, hope you did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you all in another one. Goodbye.